Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Praise the Most High Yah. Thank you, Akath, for playing the music interlude. When we took a little break, praise the Most High. I'm going to see you getting into Hangouts. Praise the Most High. See you over there. All right, let's have a word of prayer and begin. Most High Yahweh, we're in the name of the Messiah, Mahawah Shah, we come upon you asking that you would bless us as we go into your word, that your name would be uplifted and honored and glorified. In the name of the Messiah, Yahweh Shah, we pray. Amen. So we're looking at Ezekiel chapter 6. And we were talking about a remnant that's left. We spent a lot of time going over how there's only one God. There's only one. There's not 10, and he'll have 10 systems. He only got one. There's a lot of people that's in ignorance, and that's okay because Satan has put ignorance into the earth in order to deceive the earth because his whole game is based on deception. And the Bible says he deceiveth the whole world. It's already prophesied. Praise the Most High. But he has one people. And he has chosen that one people. You only, he said, you only have I chosen above all the people of the earth. He said, only you, that is the children of Abraham. He has chosen those children. You only have I chosen of all the people on planet earth. And through that people that he has chosen, he is awakening them to bring to the earth a message of himself. Of himself. Praise the Most High Yah. To bring the earth a message of himself. And so, brothers and sisters, the people that have been the most downtrodden, the people that have been placed in ignorance, the people that have been the ones who have been turned aside and cast out and put down. These are the very ones he's raising up, the ones who have been embarrassed, who have been put naked and brought in chains, the ones who even today are put in orange suits and put in chains in dungeons and in places they call prisons, the very ones he is making his chosen people. And through them, he's bringing forth his knowledge to the earth of himself. Praise the Most High. But before he did, he had to spank us because as his chosen people, we started acting like all the other heathen. All the other heathen. I'll give you an example. I'm going to start off with a parable, a true parable, something that really happened. I like to tell stories, as you'll know. But these are true stories, and so they relate. When you can look in your life and see things that relate to salvation, you should use them. You can see the hand of the Most High. What happened? My parents, my mother and my father, were divorcing. And what happened, my mother sent me to live with my Jamaican grandmother, my Jamaican great aunt in Miami, Florida. They were from Jamaica. They came to Miami, Florida. They said they lived there. And I lived with them for 2 years. My brother and I lived with them for 2 years when my parents were trying to figure out what they were going to do. And my father, a typical Hebrew in a sense, he was raised up in a very poor family, and he was we could say he was a strong disciplinarian. Put it that way. I mean, he would go upside your head, right? I mean, he really would. And you couldn't, don't even bring it. Don't even try to talk back or even think you're going to talk back because there'll be a problem. You understand? So I went down to Florida, and my grandmother and my aunt, well, they were old, so they couldn't do that to us the way my father could. So I got slacked off in my studies. I mean, I still maintained grades that was passing, and I wasn't getting into any trouble or anything, but I wasn't doing the optimal that I could do. I have been blessed academically to be able to perform pretty high level in Babylon's system. So 2 years later, I came back to live with my father. But my study habits had gotten worse because I had got slacked off being with my old great aunt and my old Jamaican grandmother. So, especially in the area of mathematics, when I was in 3rd and 4th grade, I was killing mathematics. I was doing very well. It just came natural to me, but I slacked off. So when I came back, my first quarter living with my father, I got a 69 in algebra. I think I was 13. I was 13. I was in the 8th grade and I had algebra, and I got 69. And the reason is because I wasn't paying attention. I was barely, into it. And it was because of the habits I had brought back with me. Well, my father he said, bring me a notebook. And I brought in my notebook, and I had been sketching stuff and drawing stuff all over the notebook because I wasn't paying attention in class. He said, what the hell is this? What's this? And he was looking, and he took the notebook and he said, as he was hitting me with the notebook, he was beating me with the notebook. He said, "You are better than this. I did not teach you. You will do better in math than this." And he beat me. "I told you, you need to." And he's smacking me in the head with the notebook, knocking me all over the place with the notebook. Now, I wouldn't advise anybody to do that. I don't want y'all to get in trouble in this modern age, but I'm just telling you the way it was. Now, I didn't like the fact that he was beating me up inside my head with the notebook and knocking me down and telling me I was better than that. I didn't like it at all. In fact, I thought, I was afraid of my father, man. But I realized what he said was true. I remembered that when I was in third grade and fourth grade and fifth grade, before they sent me to Florida, I was getting A's in math. And I was like, "Hey, he's right, man. I should be able to master this." Well, after that, I started studying. I started applying myself. And in the final exam in algebra, the teachers, I had a disciplinarian for a math teacher too. He used to actually, back in the day, teachers could hit students. So they can't do that now. But back in the day, they had a thing called the Board of Education, and it was a real board. You know what I mean? So you start acting up, they could smack the lights out you. Yeah. It was called the Board of Education. Well, this particular teacher, my algebra teacher, he had a yardstick. You used to have them sticks. It was a yard long. A yardstick was made out of wood, right? And he actually wouldn't actually hit anybody with the yardstick. But what he used to do, because my algebra class in 8th grade was the first class of the day, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of kids be coming in there and they be sleeping. I was sleeping too at some point in his algebra class before my father woke me up. And what he would do, he would walk around with that yardstick, right? And he'd be talking real quiet sometimes, and he'd just walk up on you, and he would take that yardstick and swing it like it was a baseball bat or like an axe, really, and break it on your desk, like break it right in front of you, like it makes such a loud noise. Everybody would wake up, man. He never hit anybody with it, but there'd be splinters all over the place from that yardstick, because he would just bang, everybody wake up, jumping up out their seat because everybody was sleeping and he wasn't playing with that yardstick, man. And he would hurt the eardrums, yeah, and there'd be splinters all over the place. He done broke it in half, right? So after a while, everybody paid attention, because you never knew when he was gonna walk up on you, and he wait to catch you sleeping too. He wait till somebody would be dead out, and the rest of us would know it's getting ready to come. And some people cover their ears because they know he's getting ready to take that yardstick to the desk. So and when the final exam came, he was walking around the class with that yardstick in his hand. See, by now I had been focused. Now that first quarter, I messed up, but after that, my grades started rising. And he said, had the nerve to get a 98 on my final. He said, had the nerve. He said, I hadn't had any students get that high grade on my final in a lot of years. And he took the yardstick and he just pointed it at me. He said, "You have some nerve, sir." You got a 98 on my final. And I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. But see what happened when my father hit me upside the head with that notebook in that first quarter, it woke me up. And he was telling me, you are better than this. You are better than this. And it scared me enough for me to focus, because I knew that I had the ability to do better. See? And it's just the same way with our fathers. The Most High uses these punishments to wake us up, because he knows what he created us for. He knows that he has created us to receive his spirit. He has created us to bring him glory. He knows that. And he knows that when we go with the heathens' ways of worship, and when we go with these foreign religions and Christianity and these idols of man, he knows that that's beneath us, and he takes us and he smacks us with the notebook. You understand? Because he knows he created us to do better. He knows he created us to inherit more than what we're seeking after. He knows that. So he created us to do better. And sometimes, as we see reading here in Ezekiel 6, he became very hard with us because he loved Abraham. He loved Abraham. He said Abraham believed in him and he counted it for righteousness. And he promised Abraham, he said, I'm going to take your seed and I'm going to make you great. I'm going to make you a nation, a great, not just a nation. I'm going to make you a great nation. Then he took Abraham's children and he said, I'm going to make you a nation of priests and ministers. I'm going to make you kings and priests to the world. And so when he's seen us worshiping idols and getting perverted like the heathen, when he's seen us eating defiled food and he's seen us eating this swine and he's seen us doing all these things, when he had blessed us to take the land, he was hurt. And he punished us severely because he knows that he's the only creator. He knows that. He says in the word, he says, is there another God beside me? He says, no. He said, because I don't know any. He said that. He said, is there another God beside me? No. I don't know any. I know not any. That's what he said. I know not any. I am Yahweh. There is none else. That's what he said. Isaiah chapter 45. Notice Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. Let's see. Look at this. I'm going to read from Isaiah 45 from verse 4 down to verse 6. Isaiah 45, 4 to 6. Notice what it says. Isaiah 45, 4 to 6. For Yaakov's sake, my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou didst not know me. That they may know from the rising of the sun from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There's none else. He's the only one. And he said, what? For Jacob, my servant's sake. For Jacob, my servant's sake. He said he's the only one. And for his servant's sake, he's going to do what he got to do to get us right. He's going to do what he got to do to get us right. He don't know. There is no other guy. He said, I don't know any. Great. Isaiah 44. I love this one. Isaiah 44 from verse 1 down to verse 8. Watch this. Isaiah 44, 1 to 8. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh, that made thee. That means made you, Israelites. He made you, made your nation. Thus saith Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. That's you and me. My blessings upon thine offspring. That's us. And they shall spring up among the grass as willows by the watercourses. One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Yaakov, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Yasha'al. Thus saith Yahweh, the King of Yasha'al, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts. I am the first, and I am the last. Beside me, there is no God. And who as I shall call and shall declare it and set it in order before me, since I appointed the ancient people and things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. There is no God beside me. Yea, there is no God. I know not any. See, he's saying, I am the only one, and you're the only nation I chose. I'm the only God out here, and you're the only nation I chose. And you're the only people I formed that to be mine, to be my chosen people. There's no other. See? I know it's hard for y'all to believe that with all these heathen out here talking about, oh, so you're saying y'all. Listen, I ain't saying nothing. The scriptures are saying it, and either you believe them or you don't. I mean, that's all there is to it. Is it? I choose to believe these scriptures. I choose to believe this Bible that is the word of the Most High. I choose to believe that it is not only breathed into these prophets that wrote it, these Hebrew men that wrote it, but this book is holy, man. And you can't get to the depth of it. I mean, it's powerful, man. It's supernatural. So either you in or you out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So listen, if you don't believe it, keep it moving. I'm not gonna argue with you. See, don't argue with anybody. Somebody might say, I don't believe there's a lot of religions. Okay, go ahead then. Go follow a lot of religions. That's your business, man. This one right here, this is my God. I am created by him. And I choose to believe what he says here. There's nobody else but him. If you don't want it, go ahead, keep it moving. I'm not gonna argue with you. Because you know what? If he is the only true God, everything in this book is going to come to pass. And I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here watching and I'm seeing everything that he said come to pass. And I've known from what I know myself, like I said, I met an angel. I've been given visions. Okay, you don't have to believe me, but based on what he has shown me, hey, I'm with him, man. I'm not going nowhere. You can have all this Babylonian stuff. You can have it. Because I know better. See, me, myself, not only, and listen, tell me if you can relate to this. Me, myself, right? I've acted the fool in times past. And yes, he's had to spank my behind just like my dad did. He had to knock me on the balls of my behind many times because I've been a fool. There's no question. And when he has waken me up, then I said, oh, okay, I got it. I'm not going back because I've already been there and I know better. Okay. Now, y'all can go do what you want to do. Okay. But just like old brother Joshua said, as for me and my house, I'm serving Yahweh, man. Go ahead. Go ahead with that. Okay. I know better. He done already spanked me enough. I don't need to catch it no more. You know what I'm saying? I had enough. There's no question. You see? So some of y'all want to be hard-headed and go serve these Baptists and these SDA and these Jehovah. Go ahead and do that. I done had enough, okay? Yeah. Mm-mm. And listen, I'm a man. I'm a man. I am a man. I'm not saying that I'm not a homosexual. I'm just saying. So I like a woman just like any other brother, but I don't like a woman enough to get spanked by the Most High. There's no sweetness good enough for that. I'm gonna stay right here with my own my own sister. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm right here. I'm not nah. I don't want to get spanked by the Most High. You see what I'm saying? That's I'm staying. It ain't nothing. Ain't enough money. Ain't enough of Caesar's dollars that's been printed. You hear what? Ain't enough. Ain't enough of Caesar's dollars that's been printed, man. No. Mm-mm. I'm sticking with the Creator, and He ain't got to convince me no more. Okay. So, like I'm saying, either you believe this word or you don't. And we just read it. We just read it. He said, "There's none else." So either he's lying, right? Right? Either he's lying, or other people are lying. So people say, "Well, there's different religions, there's different God." Okay, well they can believe that if they want to. Okay, I mean, okay. That's why you don't argue with people. Okay, you can believe that. You go ahead, go follow the fat Buddha, or go follow white Jesus, or go believe in Muhammad. Go do whatever you want to do, man. Go follow this Pope with this white and his private jet. Go ahead, do that. If that's what you want, man, take them communion with white Jesus and the dead saints and all that. Go ahead, do it. Okay. Me, I'm gonna follow this one right here. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this one right here. This he said there's none else, and to me, I'm following him. There's but one, and he's only chosen one people of the whole families of the earth. He's only chosen one people above all the families of the earth. Just one. Okay, he ain't choose two. He chose one, and that's Abraham's children. That's all he chose. Abraham's children. I happen to be one of them. Let me show you what he said here. Amos chapter 3. Amos 3 from verse 1 down to verse 3. Amos 3 from verse 1 to 3. Notice what it said. Hear this word that Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Yasha'al, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed? You only have I known. You children of Jacob. You nation of Yasha. I only know you. I don't know nobody else. I know y'all. And ain't no other God but me. They ain't no way. I'm looking around. I don't see none, he said. He told Abraham, I swear by myself. Why does he say that? Because there's nobody else to swear to. He can't say I swear by a God. He's the only one. He said, I swear by myself. He told Abraham, I'm going to bless you. I swear by myself, I'm going to bless you. You ever notice that? When Abraham was told to offer Isaac and he went to do it and Moses stopped him, he said, okay, now I'm swearing by myself. I thought, wait, you swear by yourself? Well, I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. He can't swear by anybody else. Who else is he going to swear by? He's the only God. He said, I swear by myself. I'm going to bless you. So of all the families, all the people, you Negroes, you Negroes that they got in these ghettos, you Negroes that they got caught up in a Babylonian system dogging you out, you Negroes, you the only ones he chose, man. He chose y'all. Yup, he did. And you know what? If you're obedient to his word, all of these other families, the Chinese and the Japanese and the Russians and the Indians and the Italians and the Germans, they're going to be blessed because of you. Because of you. Praise the Most High, yeah. Because of you. So he's just waiting for us to wake up, and he's trying to work right now. And he said he's going to wake us up, and he's already doing it. And he said he's going to save a remnant of us, and he's doing it. And when we wake up, the whole world is going to get blessed. And that, I mean, when I say blessed, check it. Again, I'm just going to make sure you all understand what I mean when I say blessed. This is what I mean. I mean, the rest of the world, the nations of those that are saved are going to live forever. There's not going to be any more poor people on the street. There's not going to be any more disease. There's not going to be any need for any capitalism or any communism. There's not going to be no more colonialism. There's not going to be no more exploitation. There's not going to be no more hospital. No more need for lawyers, praise the Most High. No more infectious diseases. If y'all wake up, that's what's coming. See, that's what's coming. Everybody's going to get blessed. And those that are of the heathen that recognize, like right now, that there's some people, like we know there's some oxen that are coming from the heathen side, come from the Gentiles. They understand what I just said to be true. They understand it better than even some Negroes understand it. That's why some of them are submitting themselves right now to the truth. Some of them are. Usually they're the poor ones, and that's fine. They are recognizing. They say, hey, we've been watching this a long time, you know, and we decided, listen, y'all the blessed ones. Y'all the real Hebrews. And some of their own cousins laughing at them. Y'all crazy. You let them niggas, you think them niggas are, you think niggas are, nah, y'all crazy. Hey, listen. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. And it says so in this Bible. This Bible says it. King James 1, it says it. And so here we are. You have one God, the only one creator of the whole earth. He has one Mashiach Yahushua that he has put as the savior of the nation to bring the nation back to himself, and through the nation, all of the redeemed. Yes. And he has one chosen people, the one that Asatan is desperate to destroy, just one, and cannot destroy them because it is of the Most High that they exist. See, if it wasn't that the Most High didn't ordain that we should exist, we wouldn't. And if it wasn't for the Most High that didn't show us in his word, he's holding back the destructive forces, because he's not going to let this Caucasian man or any other man destroy this earth that he created. He's going to do it. He's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. We read that. He's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Okay? He's not going to let them do it. And he's holding them back from all this stuff until he seals his servants. And he's going to show the earth, he's going to show the universe what it's like when his servants receive his spirit for real. He's going to show it. So now he punished us, he punished our fathers, because he has higher plans for us. He knows what he created us for. He has known you and me before we ever existed. Before we existed, he knew the whole nation before the foundation of the earth. He says that before the foundation of the earth, Messiah had already been chosen to be a Messiah of the nation of Israel. He had already chosen us at the end of time to know what we're knowing right now. You see, nothing is coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidental, brothers and sisters, in Yah's kingdom. Everything is planned. We may not always understand the plan because we are weak in our judgment, and we're a little bit retarded in how we think, and that's okay. He understands that we've been messed up in sin a little bit, but there's no coincidence, and he has already chosen, and he already knows the end from the beginning. He knows where we're going from here, what's going to happen. All he wants from his chosen is for us to receive of his spirit by trusting him completely, not trusting the world, understanding that there's nothing that's going to stop his kingdom from coming to pass, brothers and sisters. That if we just humble ourselves and put ourselves in his hands, he's gonna bring all this about. And there's nothing nobody can do to stop it. Can you grab the air? Can any man grab the air? They can't grab the air. They can't control the oxygen. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not, right? You can't control his spirit even more. You can't do nothing to stop his spirit. That's exactly right. That's what we could do. We could breathe it, and he's created us to do that. Notice Ezekiel chapter 6. Ezekiel 6, I'm going to start at verse 8 and go down to verse 11. Ezekiel 6, verses 8 through 11. Notice what it says. Yet will I leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries. And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whether they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which hath departed from me, and with their eyes, which go a whoring after their idols. And they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed in all their abominations. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, and that I have not said in vain that I would do this evil unto them. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, smite with thy hand and stamp with thy foot and say, alas, for all the evil abominations of the house of Israel, for they shall fall by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. You can see his emotion in this. They even use the exclamation point. You can see, because it wasn't ordained. He did not want the nation to have to deal with this. But in order to save us, he got to smack us upside the head. In order to save us, he got to put that spanking on us. It's got to be a hard spanking. And brothers and sisters, you know, and I know it's been hard, and it's still hard, right? I mean, yeah, sisters be getting their nails done, and they can get their hair done. Sisters, I'm telling you the truth, right? You know I'm telling you the truth. You can get your hair done, get your nails done, put the weave in, but beneath the weave, beneath the new nails, beneath it, you suffering, you struggling, and you know it, but you're trying to put on the front. It's okay, right? I mean, I'm telling the truth, right? Beneath it, you struggling. Beneath it, you trying your desperate to hold it together. It's hard. You know it's hard. I know it's hard. Most High knows it's hard, but he has ordained it because he doesn't want you trusting in man. He wants you trusting in the Creator. He, as the sisters, especially you sisters, are ordained by the Creator, by the only true God, to be a representation of his nation. You are ordained to be the virtue of his nation. You are ordained to represent his righteousness. And when you start understanding that, you're going to be a blessing to the man who is made in the creator's image. See, Adam was made in the image of the creator. Eve was made in the image of Adam, right? I mean, right? Y'all understand that, right? I'm not making that up. That's scripture, right? So, I mean, Eve was made in the image of her man. Her man. Adam was made in the image of the creator, right? And brothers and sisters, and it's not down in the sisters at all to say, because I mean, how could a sister be knocked down when she is ordained to be? He said the woman represents the body of Messiah. She represents the body. She represents the gathering, the assembly. She represents that in her own body and spirit. She's supposed to represent that. And so when that's knocked down and faked up and messed up, well, the whole thing is messed up. And so what Asatan does, what he does, he attacks the man. He attacks the man. He destroys the home by attacking the man. Then he tells the woman, you don't need him. We got women's lib. You don't need no man. You don't need him. You don't need, get your stuff. We're going to help you get your degrees. You're going to get your stuff. You're going to be in charge. You the woman. That's what they tell you. It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. Because when you sisters start to understand your power in terms of you being the representation of the righteousness and virtue of the Most High Yah himself and of the only nation that he's chosen on this earth, when you understand that, you will help that man. And that brother, when you start to understand that you are not made in the image of anyone but the only true creator, when you understand that power, you don't have to downtrod your woman. She will follow you willingly. Abraham ain't had to fight with Sarah. He had to fight with her, and she called him Lord. He ain't say, I demand that you call me Lord. You ain't never seen him do that. And when the word came forth and she said, my Lord, she was speaking, look, she was talking to herself. Because she heard Messiah and them talking, and she said, is Sarah gonna have a child? And she said, shall I am old? Shall I have pleasure? Shall my Lord being old have pleasure? That's what she said. She was talking to herself. And then she came out and Messiah said to her, why'd you laugh? She said, oh, I didn't laugh. She was scared. She said, I didn't laugh. He said, oh, but you did laugh. I saw you in there. Talking about you and your Lord. I saw you. Yeah. So, brothers and sisters, he has ordained that. But see, this earth, this Babylonian system got us all twisted up. Got us all messed up, man. Got us all messed up. Got the brothers not understanding where they sister, either if they start to wake up a little bit, you listen to these government agents, they'll have you abusing your woman. Listen to these government agents posing as Hebrew Israelites, they will have you abusing your woman. But really and truly, when you look at it, and the scripture that tells us in Ephesians, when it tells us that it says that as Messiah dealt with the church, with his assembly, so should we deal with our wives. And it says, notice what it says in Ephesians. Ephesians, watch this. We started off the day with Ephesians. Notice again. Ephesians chapter 5. Watch this. Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians chapter 5. Talking about the wife now. From verse 25 to verse 27, right? From verse 25 to verse 27. Notice what it says. Watch this now. Husbands, love your wives, even as Messiah also loved the church. Watch this now. Even as Messiah also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might, watch this, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. No, wait, brothers and sisters. That's telling us this. I know you're going to bug when I say this, but this is the truth, man. When a man is given over to serve the Most High the way he's supposed to, when he's completely given over to the Father's Spirit, he has the power. He has the power to inspire a woman to be all that she could be, that he might present it to himself, a glorious assembly. And the assembly represents the wife. So he's like, the Messiah is building up his people so that he can present it to himself as his wife. The man has power to present his wife, to lead her and inspire her so that she will do all that she can to be all what she's supposed to be. He can do that. Of course, it starts, of course, with a woman also that's willing to be led. A woman that's willing to surrender, to submit. And these are two difficult things in this earth, to have a woman that's truly submissive and to have a man that's truly given over to the Father. Some of these brothers take the opportunity to try to have 2 and 3 women, not to really lead anybody, but to just satisfy themselves. And some of these women, man, they so used to this women's lib telling them they don't need a man, they don't know how to act when one good come along. They don't know how to act. They really don't. And that's why y'all ever see this. Some of y'all know I'm telling the truth what I'm about to say. Some of these sisters like the brothers that's bad, man. They like the rough ones. They like the roughnecks, you know. They like the ones that's lawless and wild. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is, man. And because they can't appreciate somebody that's really given over to serve the Most High. But it's the truth, though. And you be like, man, so you got to mistreat them for them to like you. Yeah, like you don't care. Then they be pining after you. But when you act like you care, when you act like you want to build something, they don't appreciate that. That's how perverted and messed up we become in this Babylonian system. That's why there's only a remnant. That's why there's only a remnant. Yeah, that's probably part of it, I'm sure. Low self-esteem, watching all these Beckys, all these Beckys on television and on models and all that, and you want your hair like the Becky's hair and you like your skin like the Becky's skin. Yeah, there's that too. There's that too. And it don't help when brothers be chasing Becky. Don't help. But as we said, man, listen, let's get back to this now. The Most High is the only true God. He has ordained one true people, and he has created it for himself. He has a plan that's higher than anything this world could bring. He has goals and dreams and aspirations for us that's even higher than whatever we thought for ourselves. Okay? And when we surrender to him and surrender to his word, he will give us more than we can ask or think. He will give us a strength and a power that the world will not understand because it's not from them. He will give us a dignity and a royalty that we don't have to have a crown on this earth, but it will be seen. There'll be a regalness about us that the people that's watching won't understand. And we'll know because it's the Father's Spirit, you understand. See, here's Messiah. He had been beaten. He had been abused already. They put this robe on him to mock him, and here he's standing before Pilate, and Pilate understands this is royalty standing before him, and he's asking him because he's trying to understand. He's like, don't you know I have power to just set you free? He said, you won't have no power at all, so it'll be given you from above. Messiah was talking to me. He said, I came to bear witness of the truth. Those that are of the truth hear my voice. And Pilate looking at him because he's like, this man, he ain't got no money, he ain't got no authority, he ain't got no power yet. This somehow I know this royalty standing before him. And Pilate couldn't conceive because this man wasn't about Caesar. You understand? So don't get caught up, man. Understand the word, understand what the Father had. That's why we Most High had me bring this forth to let you know. Ain't but one God. There's no other. And he has ordained but one true people, no other. And he's trying to awaken that true people so that through them, the whole earth will be blessed. And it's got nothing to do with what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you live in, what kind of job you got. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got everything to do with a spirit that's higher and more value, of limitless value, a spirit that is more powerful, that will cause, once it inhabits his true people, that it's ordained to inhabit, that it will just blow this earth away. And he knows that. He says, the abominations of the house of Israel, they shall fall by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. He did not want that for us, but he has ordained it so that we can come back to what he wants. Okay? He has ordained it. Praise the Most High Yah. Praise him for his foreknowledge, that he is the Alpha and Omega. Praise him for his plans that will always come forth the way he has it. It will never fail. Praise him for his word that will never fail. Never. See, by the Most High forbid, but if I should fall in some way, if I should do something stupid and get off the track, that doesn't change the truth of his word. That doesn't change the truth of his word. It doesn't change who he is. It doesn't change that is going to, his prophecy, his spoken truth is going to come to pass. It doesn't change anything. See, that's why I say to you, this movement is not about one man. It cannot be. It's about one Holy Father, only one, and one Messiah, Yahweh Shai, only one. So it's not, other than that, the rest of us are just disciples, man. We just disciples. That's all I am. I'm a disciple. You're a disciple. All of us are just disciples. And it's about him getting the glory and the honor, about him shining through us. Praise the Most High. And it's going to happen. I'm so excited about the things that we are reading about, because we're reading about things that are happening now and they're just about to happen right in front of us. Praise the Most High. We are living in the time that prophets been prophesying about for thousands of years. We are living in a time that prophets had talked about that they couldn't live, but here we are. We are the people that they prophesied about. And here we are, awakening, just as they said we would. Ezekiel chapter 6, notice Ezekiel chapter 6, from verse 12 to 14, from verse 12 to 14. He that is far off shall die of the pestilence, and he that is near shall fall by the sword. He that remaineth in his besieged shall die by the famine. Thus will I accomplish my fury upon them. Then shall ye know that I am Yahweh, when their slain men shall be among the idols round about their altars, upon every high hill and in all the tops of the mountains, under every green tree, under every thick oak, the place where they did offer sweet savor to all their idols. So will I stretch out my hand upon them and make the land desolate, yea, more desolate than the wilderness toward Diblath. In all their in all their habitations, they shall know that I am Yahweh. That's where we are, brothers and sisters. I mean, we've seen enough brothers hung by ropes. We've seen enough brothers burned, pictures of brothers burned by all of these heathen. We've seen enough of that. We've seen enough pastors steal money from congregations. We've seen enough of that, haven't we? We've seen enough. His blood be on us and on our children. We've seen the results of that. How much more we need to see? We've seen it. We've understood that. How many people that are rich beyond wildest imaginations dead, and can't come back from the grave until the second resurrection? So we know the money only lasts but so long. Even in this world, in the best of situations, it's only temporary. You get old quick in this earth. You get old quick. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You get old quick. You're 19 one day, all of a sudden you look up, you're 59. You're like, whoa, what happened to them 40 years? Go by quick, man. Goes by quick, man. All the money in the world can't stop it. Time goes by fast. Oh, yes. So we don't need to see much more. I'm saying, like, sometimes, I've seen a certain story on a television, and you see another movie that's really the same story as the last one, and you're like, man, I've seen this before. I don't need to see it again. I've seen this movie before. I don't need to see it no more. So same thing as his people, as we are awakening, we've seen these movies before. We've seen all this stuff, man. What do we need to see it again for? Now we need something different. We need to wake up to the truth and praise the Most High. As he said, like we said here, we read, notice he spanked us. He spanked our fathers hard, spanked us and spanked our fathers hard because he has a higher purpose for us. He knows he has ordained us for something more, and he's upset at how we have treated him. But again, he's prophesying and telling us, as a result of all this, there's going to be a remnant that's going to come back to him. And here we are. Here we are. And all of these things that came on us, the heathen are going to catch it double. Remember that. So when we're going to read more, as we read next week, more Ezekiel and more the things, everything you're reading here that happened to his chosen people, just think of it double upon the heathen. Everything that we have done that has been wicked toward them, just think of it double toward the heathen, because that's what's getting ready to come down. And you already, and I've already seen it. We're starting to see it, the turnaround. We're already seeing it. It's already a whisper now. They're trying to keep it on the DL. And you can hear when they start whining, oh, we have an opioid crisis. Oh, we need such compassion for the people that are caught up in the opioid crisis. What was that compassion when our brothers sitting in jail? Where was that compassion with all our sisters was 13 and 14 out in the street, hard lot for $5 for your same drugs that you created and put in our neighborhoods? Where was all that compassion then? Where was it? Brothers still dying in their 50s from heart disease. My wife and I were talking about it today. The black men, the biggest killer of black men in America is heart disease. Heart disease, and they die in their 50s. Heart disease. Why I said, why is that? It's because they eat meat. No, no, no. It's the it's red meat and it's blood, eating blood. Yeah, that's true too. But it's the strain of being a black man in this society. See, we've been dealing with this for so many centuries. We kind of see it, nobody, blinks twice about it. So when we die of heart attack, nobody winks an eye. Okay. But when these Caucasian men in their same age are killing themselves with opioids and suicide because they can't handle it, hey, now it's a crisis. What comes around goes around. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay, that's nobody gets over. Okay, nobody gets over. People think they get over, but nobody really gets over. In the judgment, and the Bible says that the Messiah said that the Father has committed all judgment to the Son. He's committed all judgment to the Son, so that the Father has given the Son power to judge. And so the Bible also says we shall all stand before the judgment seat of the Messiah. See? So nobody's getting over. They all think they are. Nobody's getting over. See, just because somebody seems to be getting away with something in this life is short. It doesn't last long. What's 100 years? It goes by quick, man. And what's 100 years when the Bible says we'll still be babies? The first 100 years of the new kingdom, we're going to be babies. The Bible says a baby shall die at 100. What that means in Isaiah 65, what he's saying is your life is just beginning at 100. You still a baby when you get to 100 in the kingdom. Whereas here on this earth, you think you live some when you live to be 100. Goes by fast, man. Let us stay on the path. The narrow path, let's stay on that path, man. Let's continue to follow the Father and give him the glory. Give him the glory. Seek to give him all the honor, the glory. Follow this word. Don't let anybody induce you, trick you, convince you to get away from the Father's word, to get away from his spirit. It's going to get tougher. People are going to fight you more. It's going to happen. But we are fortified by the Father. He's given us his spirit. He's ordained that we should have it. He's ordained that we should make it. He has caused it to happen because he has spoken it. And brothers and sisters, stay strong in it. Stay strong in it. And he will keep you. He will keep you throughout whatever comes. He's going to keep you. He promised. Angels have already been dispatched. He has said he has put his angel to encamp around us and keep us in the way we should go. He's going to do it, and he has done it. Praise the Most High. Absolutely. Your own family will put you to the toughest test. There is no question. All y'all can testify. Your own family is going to be the ones put you through the hardest test. But listen here. If you can survive your family, outsiders don't stand a chance, do they? Right? If you can survive your family and I can survive my family, outsiders don't stand a chance. Praise the Most High, yeah. But that's all right. Let that annoyance stay there. It's going to cause. It's the annoyance of the family is being used to strengthen you and strengthen me and cause us to be strong. So that the outsiders outside the family they ain't got no chance. We're gonna stay firm. I mean, if I'm gonna let my mother or my father or my brother, get on my last nerve and I'm gonna stay firm. If I don't know you, what you got? What I care about what you think about me. You know what I mean? if they can't get to me and I gotta stay on my knees for them, what you gonna do? Please. Praise the Most High, yeah. Let's have a word of prayer.